Hello everyone, I am Erika of Beadingschool.com and today I'm going to show you how you can attach this pretty historic filigree dragonfly to the bottom of any pendant, any earring that you would like to. We are slowly finishing the Dream of Sibylla theme from the Beading School Academy, and this pretty motif that you can see on my bead mat is part of that collection. It was designed by Vicky Roberts, a fellow designer who loves working with the Beading School Academy theme boxes. If you haven't heard of them yet, then please make sure to check out beadingschoolacademy.com to learn more about this awesome bi-monthly program that helps you to develop your beading skills beyond your imagination. The historic filigree, the dragonfly, was part of this last collection, and it's called historic because it comes from a very special manufacturer. It was made in the Czech Republic in the so-called Crystal Valley, where most of our beads and components come from. The family who owns the business, they rescued the machines that they need to make these special components from a scrapyard after being thrown out by the Nazi occupation forces after the Second World War. The designs themselves, some of them are 100 years old, but the metal that the family uses to make these components is new, so it's the best that is combined from the old and the new. The pretty designs and the unbelievable care that went into creating these components, if you look at them closely, then you can see how very detailed it is. It really differs, the manufacturing process, it really differs from newly made designs, because instead of using only one stamp to cut out and shape the filigree, these historic machines use as many as 5-6 stamps, while the first would only, for example, like cut the outline of the shape. The second would give it more details. The third would cut out some more shapes and add even more details, and so on and so on. So as you can see, the wings, the body, the legs, even the head of this little creature, they are just amazingly shaped. And since this is made like during these days, this is like a revived shape that Beading School revived together with this family manufacturer after not being made for maybe decades. So it uses the best quality metal that you can access, following all the super strict norms of the European Union, so you can be 100% sure that it is of a super nice quality. We have a whole collection of these filigrees waiting for you at beadingschool.com, and this is one of the nicest and most interesting shapes that are waiting for you. So as you can see, the dragonfly does not have a loop on its head, so you need to attach it in a different way, not just with a simple circle of beads. This is how I attached it to Vicky's Flutterby motif, and I will show you quickly how you can do this. You can add it to the bottom of any motif that you would like to. All you need is a single seed bead, size 15, size 11 round seed bead, or a Miyuki Delica that where you would like to hang the dragonfly. And you need, of course, a bunch of size 15 Miyuki seed beads to make the connections. So I will put this aside now and let me show you how I did it. So I'm exiting the middle of the group of 7 that's at the bottom of my pendant, and first I'm going to add another round 15 to the bottom of this one. I pick it up and I bead through that designated base bead one more time. To create a stronger connection, I repeat the thread path. And then I bead through the new bead for a third time too. Now I pick up 7 round 15 seed beads, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is going to be the connection between this new seed bead and the left side of the dragonfly from the front. So with the 7 round 15 seed beads on my needle, I bead through the opening here, like through the armpit of the dragonfly. I'm not great at insectology, so I'm not exactly sure if dragonflies have armpits, but it helps me to describe what you need to do. Now I would like to show you the original, and as you can see, some parts of this special loop are doubled and some parts are using the same beads when coming from the front or the back. So out of these 7 beads, 3 will be parts of 2 connections coming from the front, coming from the back of the armpit, and 4 beads will be doubled. So I will pick up now 4 round 15 seed beads, and I bead backwards through the first 3 seed beads that I picked up, plus that very first one that I attached to the motif with 2 square stitches. I pull my thread tight and I make sure that the round 15 seed beads create a continuous loop through the armpit of the dragonfly, instead of the bare thread running next to the metal. I will mirror it and attach the right side armpit of the dragonfly. So again, I pick up 7 pieces of round 15 seed beads, 4, 5, 6, 7. I bead from the front to the back through the armpit. I pick up 4 more beads. I skip the last 4 out of this group of 7. I bead backwards through the first 3 that I have added, and also through that base bead attached with square stitches. It's a bit funny to hold the dragonfly because, well, all the wings get easily tangled, or like the thread gets easily tangled around the wings, but with a bit of attention, of course, it will be okay. The seed beads, again, should create a continuous loop instead of the bare thread touching the metal. And when you pull the thread tight, then the seed beads should slightly slide behind the head of the dragonfly, and the head just partially resting on top of these seed beads. To make the connection stronger, now I retrace the whole thread path. So again, I bead through these 3 beads on the left side that are part of the front and the back of the attachment tool. Then I bead through the 4 beads on the front, and I can go directly through the dragonfly from the front towards the back. I turn it around temporarily so I have a better view of the beads on the back. I bead through the 4 beads on the back side. I bead through the 3 beads that are part of the front and back connection. Now, to make that connecting part a little bit nicer, I will actually do a little trick that I use often when I am attaching all kinds of decorative components. So I will skip that very first bead that I have attached with 2 square stitches, and I bead directly through the 3 beads on the right hand side of the dragonfly that are parts of the front and the back connection tool. I bead through the loop, starting with the beads on the front, beading through the dragonfly itself, then 4 beads on the back, and 3 beads at the beginning of the connection. And now I can also bead through that very first bead, and then in the original direction I bead through beads in the motif itself. You can still at this time like tighten your thread tension to make sure that there is no thread visible, and if you have tightened it correctly, then this connection should really like rest behind the head of the dragonfly. So this is it. It's super easy and quick. Make sure to watch the video again if you didn't get it for the first time completely. You can stop it, recreate what I have been doing, and then progress a bit, stop it again, and I'm sure that you will be succeeding. Please let me know in a comment how did it go, and also don't hesitate to ask a question here or in the Beading School Club, or through an email at info@beadingschool.com if you have questions about this or anything else bead related. So, wishing you happy beading and see you later. Bye bye.